So I wanted to take a minute with you guys today to review an oracle deck that I actually really enjoy, that you might enjoy too. It is called The Native Spirit, and it is by Denise Linn. And if you guys follow me at all, I'm sure you've seen this come up in some of my daily readings or just some of my photos or different things. It's one that I use, that I really enjoy and I resonate a lot with, especially having grown up here in the Southwest and just feeling really attached to like kind of the energy and the vibe that kind of go with that. It's like a Southwest spirit that, you know, you just feel and you take with you wherever you go. So I got these cards because that's kind of how they felt to me, and I really wanted to check them out. And I was very pleasantly surprised when I purchased these. So they come in a nice little box, right? Bright yellow on the inside, nice and happy. You've got a little book here that will help you with the meanings. And then these are the cards. These are the back of the cards here. And then each one of the front has a different card and a different image and a different meaning on it. You know, this basically just says what the card is, right? Like Spirit of Fire or gathering your tribe, right? They don't come right off the face with like a little mantra or a little thing that I think a lot of the other oracle cards have, but that's okay because that's not really what you're looking for in this deck. It's really cool. So they've got a guidebook in here, which is pretty comprehensive. Also talks a little bit about, you know, about the cards and about, has a couple different spreads of readings and different things in here. I usually just pick one by one. I don't really do spreads with oracle cards. It's just not my thing, but if it's your thing, you can totally do it. The really cool thing about the book here is it has the image and then it will talk a little bit about it, and she'll give a little background, a little history, and really explain the card. The thing that I think is really nice about this deck, it's kind of like an activity workbook, because at the end here she has the journey, and it kind of shows you how to do your own kind of personal journey with these cards. There's an activity or something that or an exercise that comes along with this that will help you be more empowered and tap into the energy that the card is telling you that you need. So I thought that was a really super cool kind of like a bonus to these cards. Now, I'm just going to go over a couple cards here so you just kind of get an idea of some of the things that you can expect if you're working with these. So the first one that I like and I want to talk about is the Peace Pipe. And I think this one's a really cool card because it's really about finding your voice and being able to express yourself. And it's about how to communicate, right? It deals a lot with communications. And there's also an exercise in here too that can help you out if you want to kind of incorporate more of that energy. Another card sometimes too that I think it's kind of a basic card if you look at it. I mean, yes, it's very beautiful, but there's not a lot of detail on here, and you just look at the tracker and you're like, okay, well, I don't know, maybe, you know. But if you really take a minute, right, to appreciate this card, when you look at the meaning, what it's actually telling you is it's talking about, you know, trackers, like, that's a really tough skill. It's a really impressive skill that you have. I mean, you know, people who are trackers, they find people, they hunt animals, they do all of these sort of things, you know, for survival. And it's just such a cool card. And it talks about really your journey and where you're going and how to stay on track really for you, and what sort of things are pushing or pulling you off, and how to really center yourself and focus and just shut down all that extra outside noise, which really is a problem that so many of us have. And I think it's such a good reminder, and it's such a good card if it comes up for you. Okay, another one too. Now I love this being from the desert. This is the trickster, right? The coyotes in Native American culture is the trickster spirit. And the coyotes always come with something that looks really good on paper, but it might not always be that good once you actually get into it. But the reason they're doing this, the trickster does this, is to teach you a lesson about things, right? It's about knowing that things aren't always as they appear. This card I really resonate with a lot because when I go on my walks just around the neighborhood, right, around the community here, there are coyotes that show up. And I've got one who's a little friend of mine, and it's so weird. Every time he comes, every time I go for a walk, he's always there. And we kind of sit and we have this quiet moment, and we kind of just stare at each other and appreciate each other and love each other, and then like move on with our day. So I really resonate a lot with kind of the trickster spirit and the energy of the coyote in nature in the desert in the Southwest. So there's a lot of really cool cards in here too. You know, Wounded Healer, this is a good one for everybody. Anyone else an out of control healer here besides me? I'm sure there's a lot of you. Just a good reminder to really take care of yourself, because sometimes we forget. So I like the simplicity of these cards and the messages that they have. because they're just good reminders of things we really should be paying attention to every day that we just get so busy we sometimes kind of forget. So, you know, I really like these cards. They have like kind of just like a really natural, organic, grounded feel to them. So for me, this is something I like to use. I'm going to go over these a little more detail here so that if you are wanting to see more pictures of the cards or what they look like, or see if kind of this is something that would work for you, you can decide if this would be a good deck for you to have in your collection. So really quickly, I want to go through all of these cards from the Native Spirit Oracle deck with you, so you can really see, you know, what it is that you're getting into here with this deck. The images are a lot more like photographs in this one, where you have a lot more drawing and sketch work kind of in other decks. But I really love the colors in here. I think everything's just really well done for what it's trying to teach and convey here and express. So that's all of the cards in this deck. I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at them. If you have any questions, please let me know, because I do use this deck quite a bit. So if there's anything you're curious about, please feel free to leave a comment and ask me. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that if you get this deck that you enjoyed as much as I do, and hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day.